DSP here, and welcome to the weekend preview for September 26th, 2011. And as always, what I'd like to do is recap what I did in this past week, just so if you missed something, you know where to find it. And then I'd like to talk about what's coming up this week for gaming and such. And it's going to be a busy week, a lot of stuff coming up, including 2 retail releases that I'm looking to play, a new episode of Ask the King, the possibility of some more co-op gameplay, and so on and so forth. So anyway, let's talk about last week and what I did last week. So I guess we'll start off by saying, not yesterday, which was Sunday, but the week before Sunday, I attended a fighting game tournament in Connecticut called New Challengers, and it was held at Gaming Etc., which is a gaming center in Stratford, Connecticut. And I didn't play in any tournaments, but I actually did the live commentary for the stream all day. So it was like 8 hours straight of footage of cool tournament play, footage of the players, footage of the venue, me doing commentary along with John Rambo and a few others. And we really locked down this stream this time. And I have to give a lot of credit to Howard and to Chris Doyle. They've put a shitload of time and effort into this stream, and the stream finally is looking extremely professional. So there's a couple places you can check it out if you haven't seen it yet. You can go straight to twitch.tv/don'tblowthis, and that's going to be the actual place where you will find future streams and also the archive of past streams. So there you're going to find the pure stream. Like I believe there's like a video there that's like 3 hours long, and it's just the stream non-stop, and you can go through it and watch all the matches and watch the live commentary and the cool graphical interface that's been designed for the stream and all of that. You can check it out there. And please, if you like it, click on the, it's either follow or favorite button. I think it's the follow button. The more follows that they get for this stream, it's going to allow them to get a partner status on Twitch TV, or producer status, I think it's actually called on Twitch TV. And when they do that, it's going to benefit everyone, because right now they're trying to do a stream that's as high quality as possible, full 720p, 60 frames per second. But when you get producer status, it actually allows you to broadcast in any resolution. So let's say, for example, you wanted to watch the stream on your iPhone. You'd be able to. Even though the iPhone doesn't do 720p, producers are able to stream in lower resolution while they're streaming in higher resolution at the same time. So it would benefit everyone to be able to watch the stream on whatever they want, whenever they want. So please, if you like the stream, click the follow button. Now, they've also broken up that pure stream footage into separate matches for people who are looking for particular matches from the tournament. You can find that footage at youtube.com/don'tblowthis. That's their YouTube channel, where they're going to be splitting up the footage and putting it onto YouTube. Okay? So that was on Sunday. On Monday, I finished up Disgaea 4, an extremely long game. Lots of content, but I didn't even scratch the surface, really. I only played the single-player story. I never had a chance to do any of the post-game content, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to. Even then, the playthrough was something like 146 parts long, so one of the longest playthroughs I've ever done. And obviously I reviewed the game, Hateful Truth Review, so check that out on DSPGaming. Then on Tuesday, pretty big day, one of the biggest launch titles for the year, Gears of War 3. Was released, and John Rambo actually came over here, and we also teamed up with our friend Joe over the internet, and we did a 3-player co-op of the Gears of War 3 campaign on launch day. Very fun, a little bit repetitive, but still, when you're playing it with friends, it's a hell of a lot of fun. Definitely a better experience than if you're playing it single player, I'm sure. But anyway, that playthrough is currently up on DSPGaming, and over the course of this past week, I have played several different multiplayer modes. I've played Team Deathmatch Online, I've played Capture the Leader, I've played King of the Hill, I've played Warzone, I've played Execution, and I've played Wingman. All by myself, but I played them online, the multiplayer modes, the 6 different versus multiplayer modes, and there is footage of that up on DSPGaming if you want to check it out. So you can get a flavor for every single multiplayer mode in the game. Keep in mind, I'm not a master of Gears of War, okay? I've played it, I've dabbled in it, but I haven't sat down and really put time invested into it to become a really good player at it. But I'm still I'm decent in most cases. A lot of times I get frustrated when I fuck something up, especially when I'm using the shotgun and I miss, when I should get an instant kill, and I get really angry. But, you know, it is what it is. I like the game, and I put some time into the game for multiplayer, so check that out. In addition to that, John Rambo and I teamed up to do some of the Beast Mode gameplay, which is a brand new mode in Gears of War 3, where you play as the Locust, and as you kill wave after wave of COG soldiers, you gain currency, and you can use that currency to buy better Locust monsters. So you can actually go from a little ticker to a grunt to a beast rider to a fucking giant berserker. And we played that, and that is also up on DSPGaming. And then, what else did I do this past week? Well, the final DLC for Fallout New Vegas came out, Lonesome Road, where you finally run into the elusive Courier 6, who was the courier who originally was carrying that Platinum Casino chip, but decided to pass the job on to you, which ended up with you almost being killed at the beginning of Fallout New Vegas. And you get a whole big backstory about what happened there. Apparently there are things going on behind the scenes you never even were aware of, and it all leads into the ending of the game. So check that playthrough out. That is pretty cool, probably one of my favorite DLCs for that game. And in addition to that, since I now knew that was going to be the last DLC for New Vegas, story-based DLC anyway, I said, you know what, now that I've done all these side missions, I've returned to New Vegas multiple times, did a lot of the companion missions, did all the DLCs, let's beat the game one last time, one last hurrah for New Vegas. And I did, with hilarious results, with the most ridiculous game bug that you could possibly imagine happened during the ending of the game. So if you haven't seen it, just check out the last 3 parts of Return to New Vegas, that playlist. Those are the new parts, and it's just absolutely absurd what happens at the end of that, so go check that out, okay? Now, some people have asked me, Phil, are you going to do the DLC this week for New Vegas? Because there's a DLC this week. Well, the DLC this week is only a weapon pack. It's not any content, no new characters, no story, it's just weapons. So why would I buy weapons for a game that I've done pretty much everything in? You know what I mean? There's no reason to, there's nothing I would even do the weapons with besides kill random monsters. So no, I'm not going to do this weapons pack DLC. In fact, part of that DLC is weapons that I already had because I bought the collector's edition of the game and I pre-ordered at GameStop. I got bonus weapons, and those are some of the weapons you get in the weapons pack, so there's no reason for me to even do it, okay? So that's off the table. And then finally, in addition to all of that, John and I teamed up on Saturday to complete Rise of Nightmares. So we finally beat the game, the Connect game, by the way, if you don't know what it is. Probably one of the funniest playthroughs of the year, simply because you get to see us do all the motions. We did picture-in-picture for this one. I actually bought a cheap camera at Best Buy to do picture-in-picture with this this game, and it's pretty funny to see us kind of fuck around with the motions or whatever. So we beat the game, and we do a co-op Hateful Truth review, one of the few that we've ever done. So you can check that out as well here on DSPGaming, okay? So that's this past week, everything that I've done. And yeah, it was a lot, and a lot of it was Gears 3, obviously, but Gears 3 was the big news for the past week. And I'm getting now to the point where I'm just about played every mode, and I can finally give the game a Hateful Truth review. A lot of people all this past week, even since Tuesday when John and I just beat the campaign, Phil, you gonna do a Hateful Truth review? Where's the Hateful Truth review? You forgot to do a Hateful Truth review. Calm the fuck down, seriously. Like, I see these comments, I'm like, are these people on fucking speed? Are they like snorting pixie sticks or something and they're fucking bouncing off the walls? I do a Hateful Truth review when I beat the game and when I've done all of the available modes in the game, okay? It wouldn't be fair for me to review Gears 3 before I play all of the multiplayer content, which means Beast Mode, Horde Mode, all the versus multiplayer. Now, there are games where I haven't had a chance to do it all, but those games are things like Madden 12 and Body Count. And the reason I couldn't play those games online, because the multiplayer didn't fucking work. And that's not my fault, that's the game developer's fault. So, those games were scored appropriately because I couldn't play the online play of those games. In Gears 3, the online play actually works, so I have to play all the online modes and score it appropriately. Now, Gears has more multiplayer modes than almost every game I've ever played in my life. So yeah, understandably it takes a while for me to get through them all, but finally I am coming upon the point where I can finally review the game, which I'll talk about right now. What's coming up this week? Refreshing. Okay, so this week, what am I going to do? Well, today, Monday, it is my goal to play Horde Mode today, and I'm trying to find some friends who can play, who I know play Gears and can play today. Unfortunately, not everyone seems to be able to get their schedules in line in order to do it. So I am going to play Horde mode. I can't guarantee that it's going to be great gameplay because I might have to play with a couple random people. I do think I have 1 or 2 people locked down who I can play with, but might have to have a couple random people join us, and I'm not sure how well that's going to go. But I want to play Horde mode today for a few hours, you know, hammer it in there, get a good experience with it, so that I can finally give Gears 3 a Hateful Truth review, which I will be doing today, as long as I can, you know, play Horde mode. I can't foresee any reason why I wouldn't be able to unless the servers are down, okay? So that's today. Tomorrow, Tuesday, more retail releases, which is awesome. I'm loving it. I'm loving this every week stream of new releases coming out. We've got X-Men Destiny, which, from all reports, plays a lot like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, except that it's a single-player game. It's not multiplayer. But in this game, your character actually is a mutant who develops over time. You get to choose what powers they get. You get to make moral choices that actually can change the game. And based off of what you do, it will change the gameplay of the game and the story of the game. So I think it's a pretty unique game. It's going to be interesting to test out. And shit, I haven't played an X-Men game, I think, since Wolverine, which was the movie tie-in game. So this will be really cool to play. And then, also, I've decided that this week, since I did play Madden 12, which is American football, I said, you know what, let's give it a fair shake. A lot of people who were watching me play that game were asking me to play FIFA 12. And FIFA 12 comes out this week. That is international football, a.k.a. soccer in America, but it really is football for everyone else outside of America. I'm going to be honest, I don't play soccer. I know the basic rules to soccer, but I haven't played a soccer game in 100 years. But I'm going to give this game a try and see how it is. I'm probably going to suck massive balls at it, but I still want to give it a try. And I'm not sure how long I'll play it, maybe a day, maybe a couple days, depending on how much I like it, but I'm definitely going to try that, okay? Nice. Now, there is a HD. Actually, I want to address this. There are a couple HD remakes that have come out. There's Resident Evil 4 just came out on Xbox Live, HD remake. This week, Ico Shadow of the Colossus Collection come out in HD remake. I don't know what this is. This fad all of a sudden of all these games that were like on PlayStation 2 now being remade in HD. Okay, it's a crazy fad. Beyond Good and Evil this year happened. There's so many games that this happened to. Okay. And it's nice for people, number one, who maybe those are games that they grew up with and they want to play them again on the modern consoles. Or maybe for people who never even played them and this is a chance for them to experience them for the first time. But here's the thing. They're old games. And I'm not going to play old games unless I have a chance in between stuff, you know? Like I have a free time, 2 free days with nothing to do. When I played Beyond Good and Evil, there was nothing else to do at that time, really. So I'm not really planning on doing any of these HD remakes, especially because, as you've seen on my schedule, my gaming schedule, I'm pretty much booked until December, okay? And even then, now some games are getting release dates in December that are going to start filling up my calendar. So, no, I'm not planning on doing any of these HD re-releases, and that includes this week, Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. Sure, it would probably be a cool thing to do, but I have to play X-Men, I want to play FIFA, there's other stuff going on that's new that I want to play over playing an older re-release. So unless some crazy thing happens where, you know, for whatever reason, let's say FIFA gets delayed a week, which would never happen, but let's say all of a sudden it's delayed, then maybe I'll do one of these to fill some time, but I'm with no plans on doing those, okay? Also this week, for the first time in a month, the next edition of Ask the King is going to come out on Thursday. So remember, if you have any questions you want to ask me that you'd like me to maybe address or answer in that video, head over to thekingofhate.com, to the forums. There is an Ask the King section in the forums. Look for the latest episode, which is posted right up there. It's September 29th, which is Thursday. Go in there and post up your question. On Thursday, I'll go through that entire thread of questions. There's already something like almost 200 questions in there, and I'll pick the ones that I'm going to answer for the show. Also, remember, I answer Twitter questions. So what I do that day on Thursday is while I'm reading the forums, I post up on my Twitter account, which is @TheyCallMeDSP, and I say, okay, I'm now accepting Twitter questions for my episode of Ask the King today. Please post them up. And if you post up a question, I will answer some of those, so there's a chance that your question can get answered as well through that method. So that's another reason to follow me on Twitter. And I would like to say, Twitter's been extremely helpful over this past week or two when there were all these problems with YouTube publishing. The videos were not publishing, which means none of my stuff was showing up in anyone's subscription box for quite a while, and the Twitter, people who follow me on Twitter, we're in the know of when my new videos were being put up. So it's another really good reason to follow me on Twitter. Okay. So anyway, that's coming up on Thursday, new edition of Ask the King. So be sure to post up your questions, and that I will be doing that then. Come Saturday, John Rambo will be coming to do some more co-op. We are going to do another episode of Smart Guys, and that'll go up on his channel, John Rambo Presents. But also, we're going to do some more co-op, and we haven't decided this week. This is the first week in a couple weeks where we're not really sure what we're going to do for co-op. And so we have to think about it this week, what exactly we want to do. I don't think really there were any games left over from what we've been playing that have co-op that we really haven't done yet. You know what I mean? Like, I was looking around, and you know, we're still waiting for, there's a Dead Island DLC that's going to be coming out eventually. It's like an arena challenge. That hasn't come out yet. We're waiting for, does anyone even know what happened to that Portal 2 DLC? I had a good valid question about that. I remember when Portal 2 came out, Valve had this big announcement that during the summer, there was going to be a free-to-download DLC for everyone. It was going to be a cooperative DLC, and everyone was going to really like the fact that they're giving away free content for this game, and they're not going to charge. It was like a big thing, like a fan appreciation. We love you guys, so we're going to give you free DLC. That shit never came out, did it? Like, I've heard nothing about it. I haven't seen it on PlayStation Network. I haven't seen it anywhere. So that's really funny that Valve makes this big announcement and then completely just fucking forgets about it, or maybe something went wrong and they couldn't do it. I have no idea, but that just strikes me as odd. That was something I was looking forward to do with Rambo again this year, do the DLC of Portal 2, and the thing never came out. But there are a couple things left over that we've been thinking about. I'm looking at my games rack right now to see if I remember what exactly they are. But yeah, there's a couple things that we've been looking to do for co-op that are kind of like leftovers. And so we may do one of those this weekend. But coming up, the next several weeks, over the next like 2 months, every weekend there's another game that has major co-op. Some weeks there's 2 to 3 games that are co-op that we're going to have to save up. You know, we're not going to be able to do everything every week. So stay tuned. If you like co-op gameplay, if you like when we do co-op, you're in luck, because there's a lot of fucking co-op coming up in the next couple of months. But for this week, we're going to figure out what exactly we're going to do. I can't announce it yet because we haven't decided yet, but there is something coming up this week. And then Sunday, I'm not sure. Sunday, I have no idea really what I'll be doing. It all depends on how far I've gotten with the games this week. You know, X-Men, FIFA, and you know, anything else. Maybe just I'll give for a last hurrah. Maybe I'll do some more Gears. Maybe I'll play some fighting games. Maybe I'll play Third Strike Online again for a set. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do, but we'll see. So there'll be something coming up on Sunday. I'm just not sure what. And that's pretty much it for this week coming up. So major releases are X-Men and FIFA. Remember, a new episode of Ask the King. As usual, you'll have a new Smart Guys and new co-op gameplay on Saturday. There may be some variety thrown in there with maybe some Third Strike or something else. We'll see what happens. And remember, Gears 3 will conclude today when I play Horde mode and I give it my Hateful Truth review. So that's it for the weekend preview this week. Keep in mind, one other thing that I just want to keep everyone have in their heads. New York Comic Con is October 16th, I want to say. Hold on, because we got our badges actually, finally, for New York Comic Con. They showed up. It is Saturday, October 15th. Here's our badges. I just want to show you. We got them in the mail. John Rambo and I and OJ, or Other John, who's John's friend, will be at New York Comic Con that whole day. More details to follow as we get more information on where the table will be, you know, what exactly OJ will be selling. But I just want to throw that out there. We will be going to New York Comic Con, and we will have a table there, so we're going to be covering the entire convention. Plus, we'll have a place where we can meet fans, we can shake hands, have a chat, sign anything, you know, autograph anything that you want, all that kind of stuff we're going to be there for on Saturday, all day. So yeah, and you can check that out at New York Comic Con. You know, just search for that online. You can get all kinds of information about that. I hope to see a lot of people there. That'd be really cool. I went last year and had a blast, so I'm looking forward to going again this year. And last but not least, MagFest. We've been talking about it. We've been throwing ideas around about it. I want to say we are definitely going to MagFest in 2012. It is the first week of January, and I believe we haven't set the days yet. I think we're going to try to go Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a 4-day event, but we probably need that Thursday to drive up there. Drive down there. It's actually in Maryland. So search online. It's magfest.org if you want to check out the website. But it is a large-scale gaming convention, and it is really fun. I went in 2007 when they were much smaller than they're going to be in 2012, and I had a blast. So I cannot wait to go again this year. And it's official, we have a table at MagFest, meaning we're going to actually have a table where we can, you know, meet and greet with the fans. We'll just be hanging out when we're not actually going out and playing in games and doing stuff at the convention. We may or may not be selling stuff there. We're not sure yet what we would sell. Maybe I'll make some shirts and bring them with me to sell at the convention. Or not. I mean, it's not a big deal that we have to sell something. We were thinking about maybe even bringing a TV and a super gun and play different games and stuff at the table just to play with fans and stuff. So we may or may not be doing that at MagFest, but we will have a table. It'll be John Rambo and I for sure. We're trying to convince other people like Howard, like OJ to go with us because we think it's going to be a really cool experience if we get a big group of people to come with us. And we're also looking to do a panel. It's a pretty strong chance we'll be doing a panel at MagFest, and we're just in the beginning of talks, and I don't want to talk too much about this yet, which is very early stages, but we may be working on a large-scale project coming up that will be released in 2012, and MagFest may actually be where we debut some footage of this project. Now, this is completely in the development stages. This may change next week, and we may just drop the whole thing, but I just want to let everyone know we are not just, you know, we're not just focused on just making gameplay videos. We have bigger plans in mind for stuff that we want to do on the internet and with our talent and our style of comedy and things that we've had in mind for quite a long time, but just never have been able to get to because whether we didn't have the means, we weren't doing this full time, you know what I mean, so we didn't have the time to invest to really work on it. Now, I've been doing this full time for almost a year. In fact, the anniversary of me doing this a year is October 1st, and probably on that day I will make a video, an anniversary video, you know, just kind of recapping everything that's happened to me in the past year and my experiences doing this full time and being on YouTube full time as an occupation. And yeah, it's all come full circle. And so now because of that, we're thinking bigger. You know what I mean? We're thinking big time rather than just sit here play video games all day. We're thinking what else can we do to branch out and to grow. So that might be something very interesting that happens, and we may be debuting some stuff at MagFest if this all comes together. But more on that as it comes along, okay? So anyway, that's it for the weekend preview. A long one, but a lot to talk about. I will see you guys this week for more gameplay footage. And remember, Ask the King on Thursday. See you then. Thanks a lot.